Hey there friends, it is me, HLModTech, and I'm back with another cool episode in our series where we made this print-in-place fidget spinner. If you remember right, we design it all at once. I show you how to make the exact right measurements so that when you're all done, that comes out spinny. Now what's been cool is my students have been making them more and more custom. You can see that this one you can see all the way through, and you can see the pin in the middle. This wonderful one has little pyramids all the way around the side. We separated it into two parts and we printed this on the Replicator 2X. The last one I want to show you is I proved that by simply scaling the Z-axis, we could take this and make it shorter and it still maintained its gaps and worked just as well. So today, my friends, I'm going to take you back into Tinkercad and show you how to make these same modifications. So let's get cracking. The first thing I always do is move down to my original and I hit the little gear to make a duplicate. That way I don't ever wreck the first one that I made. Inside the duplicate here you can see the cones that we cut out to surround our center post, and that's the magic of what makes this all work. Right now I'm going to hide that part because we're going to group the parts that we cut into, and having that visible can be a nuisance later. So with that hidden, I'm now going to ungroup my parts. And then I'm going to do my mods on this piece, making sure that I leave the holes separate. The first mod I'm going to show you is the tube mod. This one is crazy simple, but it still looks pretty sweet. And actually I'm using the torus, not the tube. I'm going to hold down Alt and Shift, and I'm going to just stretch this out. When you hold Alt and Shift, it stretches around its center. Let's grab those two parts, or really three parts with the hole, and let's do an align really quick. I'm going to turn this into a hole, and I'm just guessing right now what it's going to look like, but I'm going to raise it up 5 millimeters by doing Control Up with it set at the 5 millimeter grid. I'm going to do Control Duplicate, and I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to do Control D again, and it saved that measurement. Notice this is like 1 millimeter off. I'm going to switch back to the 1 millimeter grid, and it won't be mathematically perfect, but I think it'll look cooler if I move these each down one. So there's Control Down, and there's Control Down. And I'm going to leave the middle. I think that's going to be pretty sweet. And then watch this. If we group all of those parts, you have instantly made a brand new crazy design, and if you bring back Show All, you've got your whole project back in place. I'm going to do my align to get those parts back where they need to be, because if you do print it, you need those parts lined up or it doesn't work. And we have just created a crazy cool new spinner in almost no time at all. Let's not stop there though. Let me show you another technique. Let's do Control D, and we'll put both of these new spinners in the same project. Let's change the name of our pip spinner, and I'm going to make mine say Epic because these are looking a little cooler than just normal. Of course, I've got to ungroup what I just did on that one, and then I'm going to delete these little tubes. I'm going to separate my two parts by simply bringing these over here. I'll mess with these back when we're done making the face fancy, but right now we can click on the face of our spinner and let's shrink it down to 12 sides. Press W for the work plane and pick any one side that we're going to add parts to, and I'm going to add the heart. When I bring the heart out, I'm going to hold down Shift and I'm going to shrink it until it's a size that will fit on that flat face. I could adjust it with the arrow keys, whichever way you want. I'm going to look at it quickly by doing Fit View to that shape, and I know that I want these bumps to be out here about 1.5 millimeters so that they're in existence, but they're not like a nuisance on your fingers. You could pick a fun color if you wanted, even though it's probably going to be a one color print, but I'll do that just so they show up a little bit better. And now I'm going to zoom out by clicking on the orange piece and doing Fit View again. And then watch this fun little trick I'm going to do. When I do Control D, because I'm on this work face or work plane, I can just use the up arrow and move it to wherever I want. If I do Control D immediately afterwards, it memorizes that same amount and moves it there. I'm going to quickly hold down Shift and select all 4 of my hearts, and I'm going to make them a group. I'm going to do Control D to duplicate, and then I'm going to switch to the exact other side, click on that work plane, put it on that face, and I'm going to hit the letter D to drop them to the other side. Just like that, you've got hearts on both sides of your project. I'm going to set my work plane back down to the blue. I'm going to click on the first set of red hearts. I'm going to hold down Shift, click on the second set of red hearts. I'm going to group those so they're one awesome part. All right, friends, this is where the magic happens. Because we've got both sides of the hearts selected, if you do Control D and you rotate 30 degrees or 60 degrees, take your pick. And I'm actually going to type that number in so that it's perfect. So there's my -60. It snaps to the very next set of faces, and if you do Control D again without touching anything else, it has memorized and placed those perfectly on your cool fidget spinner. At this point, let's make our shape super round by changing the sides all the way to 64. That'll make it look cooler when it spins, or you could keep the beveled size at 24 that we had. I'm going to bevel the top this time by putting a 2, so it has a nice little corner. That might be too many or too few segments, so I'm going to round it just a little bit by going to 5. Let's group that huge project, and let's move it over so those parts are all grouped and aligned again. We do need to remember that we only want the orange in the hole first, so I'm going to align those. Center, center. Make sure I get that in the centered spot. And now with those two centered, I'm going to move this one away, and I'm going to group those. And then we can take our custom outside shape, grab the two of them, and align them as well. Boom! You immediately have a crazy awesome fancy spinner just because you're using the duplicate, rotate, and drop in place skills. Friends, I hope you found this awesome. I hope you found it useful. I hope you make some awesome epic ones of your own. If you do, please share them with us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at HLModTech. And last but not least, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. If you've got a question, comment, or a suggestion, add it down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button. And last but not least, hit the notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new video from me, HLModTech. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.